Hey there. Are you a CEO or executive director? I want to talk to you for a second about the importance of getting your board aligned and engaged with where you want to go and the direction of the entire organization. My name is Anthony Taylor. I've been facilitating strategic planning sessions and supporting executive leadership for the past decade or so. And one of the big challenges I see with small not-for-profits and new boards is that there isn't often alignment or isn't always alignment between the CEO and executive director and the board and leadership. And it's one of the reasons we get called in as facilitators to support those conversations. Now, what ends up happening when those groups aren't aligned is it becomes really frustrating for the CEO. It becomes really frustrating for the board to be able to move initiatives forward. Not having that alignment quickly can deteriorate the relationship between the CEO and its board. So one of the big things that we do in our strategic planning sessions, which you can do as well, is to get really clear on what success looks like. So frustration often is because of differences in understanding and expectation. So as a CEO, what you can do is ask your board what success looks like for themselves. Now, that could either be for the organization or that can be between the relationship between you as the CEO and or executive director and the board itself. So what does success in that relationship look like? And most importantly, what does success for the organization look like? Because different members of your board might have different ideas of what success looks like. And if you as a CEO are working within a board that has multiple versions of success, then you're bound to disappoint somebody, which only looks bad on you. So the number one thing you can do is align your board and make sure that your board is aligned as to what success is. Make sure that aligns with your version of success, and then jointly work together to create a strategic plan in order to move that forward. So the strategic planning process we follow basically looks at where are we at, where do we want to get to, what's going to get in the way, and then what do we need to do to move that forward. And by having those conversations with your board, you're going to be much more successful as a CEO or executive director, and it's going to help your board manage you. So really creating a supportive relationship both ways that's going to help ultimately move the organization forward to where it wants to go. We've been making a couple videos recently about stakeholder engagement. And so whether you're on a board managing a CEO or executive director, or you're a CEO or executive director managing a board or working with a board, being able to understand what's important to each of those groups, what's needed and required in terms of communication, and being bought in and engaged with one another to make sure that everybody's expectations are clear, are easy things that you can do on the front end to support a successful relationship and ultimately a successful strategy implementation. So if you're feeling stuck, or if you're feeling like you and your board, or you're on a board and your CEO, you're all moving in different directions, make sure you go through the process of aligning what success looks like, aligning what the gaps are, and prioritizing a set course of action. It'll support your relationship, it'll support strategy execution, and it'll help your organization get to where you want to go. And if you're unsure of how to move forward in that process, you can reach out to us at SME Strategy. We can help walk you through the process of creating a strategic plan, which will help align your board, your key stakeholders, and your senior leadership to make sure that everybody's expectations, understandings are clear, and that everybody is moving towards their one destination. So be sure to visit us, SMEstrategy.net, and you can learn more about how we approach strategic planning. And then if you have any questions about how to align a board and a CEO or executive director, drop them in the comments. We'd be happy to answer them and happy to share what's worked well with us. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video on aligning your board and your CEO or executive director, and I look forward to sharing with you again. Take good care.